We have reached that time of year again, where we start speculating some crazy things that Nintendo can announce at their summer Nintendo Direct. And as we get closer, and it's probably going to happen within the next couple of weeks, and an announcement inevitable any day now, I cannot wait to talk about exactly what could happen and change the course of the Nintendo Switch this summer. Of course, the first game and first franchise that we have got to talk about is Mario. Mario is always the big focal point for big presentations for Nintendo, and of course there has been one Mario game that people have been waiting for non-stop. And of course, we all know the name Super Mario Odyssey 2. Does this game even have a chance to be announced? Why is now the perfect time, and is it finally time to see the next installment for Mario? Well, I'm going to talk about all the above and why this time, this summer direct, could very well be the case that we see Super Mario Odyssey 2. Mario Odyssey 1 came out in 2017. That was almost 5 years ago. Yes, at the end of this year, it will be 5 years in October since Super Mario Odyssey originally debuted on the Nintendo Switch. That is 5 years since an original 3D Mario game. Now, yes, we do have Bowser's Fury that came out a couple of years ago, but at the same time, it wasn't a full-fledged new game. It was a small add-on to an original game of Mario 3D World. So, at that point, it was only like a 30-minute to an hour-long adventure that you could beat pretty quick. But Bowser's Fury felt like more than just a game to me. It felt like an experiment. Do you remember Kirby's Blowout Blast? That game actually was the first time we really seen Kirby in a 3D space, and then boom, a couple years later, we get Kirby in the Forgotten Land. They were testing the waters to see how Kirby would work in a 3D space, and I think they might be doing the same thing with Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury was kind of a test to see how Mario could work in a truly open environment, where he can move from island to island and collect any cat shine in any order, and pretty much just do things at his own leisure. This is one of the very first times we've seen something like this for Mario. The part that sucks is it's only been over a year since this game has released. Yeah, it released in February of 2021, which is just bonkers to me still. It just does not feel like that. It feels like this game has been out for so long now, and that we've been patiently waiting for the next Mario for like a decade. But in reality, it really hasn't been that long since this game. So is there really a chance for us to get another Mario game in just about a year? Let me go on record to say that there's probably a 0% chance that we get a Mario game this year. I know we still technically don't have a really big holiday game announced yet, but I don't think it's Mario. I don't think there's absolutely a chance. I think this Mario game is definitely going to be announced way in advance, and I just think this year is already filled with different type of Mario products. For instance, we always get around 2 Mario games, whether they're spin-offs or unique new installments to the franchise, but we already have 2 slated for this year, with Mario Strikers Battle League coming out in the summer, and of course, we have Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope coming out towards the end of this year, probably around the fall time. Now, we really haven't heard of Sparks of Hope for a very long time now, and there could be a chance it gets delayed and maybe switched with a possible Mario Odyssey 2, but I don't really think that's likely. I think these are the 2 games we're getting this year from Mario, and that's about it. But I still think there is a chance, and I think a very good chance, we could get the announcement of the next Mario game for the future. We know Nintendo loves announcing things so freaking early. They announced Splatoon 3 literally like 2 years in advance, and don't even get me started on Breath of the Wild 2, which was announced in like 2019. I mean, shoot, even look at Metroid Prime 4, which actually got announced before it even started development really, and then eventually had to restart said development in order to make the game better than where it was. So, Nintendo is no stranger to announcing things way too early. Personally, I'm kind of torn on early announcements. It's kind of bittersweet. It could be a good thing, but also a bad thing. The bad thing is you just announce something way too early, and fans are looking forward to that game for upwards of 2 to 3 years, and it just gets annoying at that point. Or it could actually be kind of a good thing to at least say, hey, there's a Mario game coming out in the future, hey, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming, but we just gotta wait for it, and maybe give us some development updates along that time frame, at least getting us excited and getting fans ready and something to talk about when there's even drought seasons and no other games that are releasing in that time period. I personally have no problems talking and speculating about Mario Odyssey 2 after one trailer for multiple months after that. I mean, seriously, I would love to speculate what the game's gonna have and just talk with the community about what they're expecting from the game and just seeing their general excitement. That stuff is just a lot of fun, and really, the game announcements are just as fun as actually releasing the game and playing the game to me, seriously. Another reason why I say the game could be announced and released for next year is because look at what we have next year. Breath of the Wild 2 starts off in the spring, and we don't know anything else. It'd be perfect to kind of replicate 2017 with Breath of the Wild at the beginning of the year, and of course Mario Odyssey at the end of the year. And I think that's exactly what they might do, and if that's what they're doing, they'll probably have to announce Mario Odyssey 2 rather quickly, but there's still options for them to announce them at the Fall Direct this year, or even the Spring Direct next year, so there's still time for that game to be announced. That's the only thing holding me back on deciding whether or not if it's going to be at this E3 Direct or not. For that reason alone is why I predict that we will have a 45% chance of seeing the next big 3D Mario game at this summer Nintendo Direct. I didn't want to go quite 50-50 because I think it's a little less than that, so 45% sounds just right. I think the next Mario game is pretty much almost finished. I think it's almost time to be revealed, but we might just have to hold off a little while longer until we see it. But of course, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think with this upcoming Nintendo Direct in the summer? Are we going to see the next big Mario game, or are we going to have to wait a little while longer until we see it? And if we do see the next Mario game, do you really think it's going to be Mario Odyssey 2 or something completely new? Are they going to completely reinvent Mario with a new style of Mario like we've seen with Bowser's Fury, or are they going to play it safe with another Mario Odyssey 2 since we already have that engine? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Nintendo, and leave a comment as to what we should cover next as we get ready for the packed summer of big announcements to come. It's going to be fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.